So as we work through our breath and work through our seated postures and the postures on our back, it's not a highly energetic practice today. It's just going to be real simple stress relief, heavy on the breathing, not heavy breathing, but focusing on the breath more than anything. I had a really great class this morning with the new platform I'm trying, and it was actually a one-on-one session. I was very lucky and had a great instructor, and we'll probably even share some of that with you all. I will say, if you want to come to sit in a chair, that is absolutely acceptable. We're going to be spending a lot of time seated in the first few minutes of practice. So, hey Cheryl, oh, I'm so excited to see you. I hope you can stay for a half hour and have yoga with me. So if you're not used to sitting crisscross applesauce or in the perfect pose, or is it Sukhasana, right? Then you can certainly come to a chair and sit in a chair because you want to be able to relax. We're going to talk about a couple different types of breath. And then we'll just work through a few things here, and then we'll probably just come on back down to our backs. I'm not sure, you guys, I didn't make notes today. I did make notes, but I didn't do a specific practice, the whole asana to asana. I just wanted to kind of feel it today. And I do think that stress relief is going to be a huge thing. So let's come to our mats in your comfortable seated position, whether you're in a chair or you're sitting in easy pose with your legs crossed, or you have your legs extended out in front of you. Perhaps you put a blanket under the hips just to rise a little. If you want to pull the flesh away from the sitting bones, sometimes that's a comfortable thing to do. I often will roll my mat up and just tuck it right under my tailbone. It kind of tips me forward just a little, and sometimes that's just enough. Take a nice deep breath in, close your eyes. Your hands are on your lap wherever you're comfortable. Today. It's okay. Hands on your lap where they're comfortable. I like to sit with my palms facing up because it's in a posture of receiving. And I love the idea that when I'm in my practice, I'm able to come inside, but also receive the gifts from Source, universe, or God, whatever you believe in. So take a minute to just feel your body on the earth. Feel your sitting bones. Feel your ankles and your legs, or the bottoms of your feet if you're in a chair. You don't have to think about anything else. And then take a minute and find gratitude for the earth supporting you in this way. It may seem like a real simple thing, a very small thing. But the way the earth supports us, we go back to the idea about getting in nature. Find your alignment, take a deep breath in, feel the shoulders right over the hips. A nice tall spine. You don't want it to be rigid, but tall. Lengthening out through the crown of the head, so that means the neck is long. Maybe drop the shoulders, see what that feels like. If you want to bring the shoulders together just a little bit, the shoulder blades back, and then relax them down. This is just a very simple way to check your posture. Take a deep breath in, whatever's comfortable for you. This is no specific way of breathing. It's just a nice, deep, cleansing breath. I'm gonna get up and turn the volume down, so sorry, y'all stay with the breath for a moment. And then if you're familiar with the 3-part breath, where you breathe way down deep into the belly first, filling the belly with air, and then you bring the air up into the chest, allow the ribs to come apart. And then you breathe up into the throat, the shoulders rise. You can feel just that little bit at the top. You just have a little more space. Bring it into your throat, and then exhale first from the throat. Allow the shoulders to drop. Exhale from the chest as the ribs come together. Exhale then from the belly, pushing the belly button back towards the spine. Take a Another breath or two on your own time, just really bringing the awareness, changing the depth of the breath. Your lungs are incredibly important right now. Not that they ever weren't important, but we want to keep these lungs nice and healthy. Allow your breath to return to normal for a moment after you've completed your last exhalation. And just listen for a moment about, if you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath and you want to go ahead and start doing that, that's fine. If you're not familiar with this breath, you breathe through the nose, which might be a problem for those of you with allergies, but have some patience with yourself and just give it a try. Maybe opening the teeth a little bit, but keeping the lips closed. You want to open up the throat and breathe through the throat, almost like you're making a ha sound, but the mouth stays closed. So if I was sitting next to you, I might think you sound like Darth Vader or something crazy like that. I don't know if y'all can hear it when I do it. There's a very distinctive, raspy sort of sound in the back of my throat. I'm breathing entirely through my nostrils, lips are closed, teeth are apart just a little bit, throat is open. It's a slow breath, and the focus is in the throat. Take a couple of these on your own. The Ujjayi breath is a really great place to come back when you're feeling highly stressed. This class I did this morning, she did some very challenging poses and some challenging holds for me. And I found that if I just brought myself back to that Ujjayi breath, I could do it. I could make it. I could get through the poses. I could hold them the way she wanted me to. The breath is very, very powerful. It's not a snoring sound. It's not really it. That's coming up into your nose. Take a moment now, allow the breath to return to normal. Check your posture, check your alignment, check your seat. Take a nice cleansing breath in, bringing yourself back to your body. We're going to bring the palms together, heart center. Take a moment here. Find your alignment to rest. Get centered. And then if you want to open your eyes, you can, just to watch. I'm going to bring the palms of my palms together, rubbing them briskly. I'm actually applying a little bit of pressure too. I want some heat in my palms. And I know they say not to touch your face, but I'm trusting that everybody is at home in their own space and you've been quarantined and they're clean because you've been washing them. So we are going to touch our faces now. So once you get a little bit of heat going in your hands, we're going to bring the edge of your hands, the very bottom, I don't want to say the butt of your hands, but that's kind of what they are, comes down to your cheekbones. Your palms come over the eyes, fingertips up towards the hairline. Allow the heat to penetrate the eyeballs, your eye sockets, your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in, enjoy that heat that you generated, and then just gently bring the fingertips down to the forehead. Give yourself a little massage there. And if you need some movement in your back, that's fine. This becomes a little uncomfortable for me to have my hands forward, so I like the movement. So massaging between the eyebrows, over the eyebrows, and up through the forehead, up to the hairline, bringing the fingertips down to your temples. If you're uncomfortable touching your face, you don't have to do this. Nice circles on your temples. Don't tell me you don't do this already when you're stressed out. And then bringing the fingertips under the eyes, just gently rubbing or maybe tapping right under the eyes. Gentle massage under the eyes, and then coming down the cheeks, Just using the fingertips around the cheeks and come to the jaw. Take a moment. It's been a long time since I've done this. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, really work your fingertips into your jaw muscles. Nice gentle massage in your jaw. Y'all, humans have quite strong jaw muscles. And many of us tend to carry a lot of tension in our jaws. So take a moment, give your jaw some love. And then bring the fingertips down to the chin. See if you can relax your lower jaw so much that you can control the movement of the lower jaw with the fingertips. Nice gentle massage. Just under the nose, a nice gentle massage. Come down to your sides of your neck. Coming around the backs of the necks, the back of your neck. Hopefully the backs of a lot of people's necks who are watching. Take a moment. Oh, yeah. You feel any lumps and bumps there? Y'all holding any tension? Any knots in those muscles? Give your neck some love. And then bring the shoulders, coming down the shoulders. Nice gentle massage on the Oh, I know you guys have been working from home, so you're not at your comfortable desks at work. Maybe you have some issues in your shoulders now. And then just shake it out. Work it out a little bit. Roll the shoulders if you want to roll the head. This is kind of a do your own thing right here. Work the shoulders and the back out. Let's take that nice deep breath in. We'll do our torso rolls while we're here. So bending forward, we're gonna go around to the right first to let your breath guide you. Oh, if you wanna come back to that Ujjayi breath with that nice sound at the back of your throat, lips are closed, breathing through your nose. At the top of your inhale, come back to center, exhale back up to an upright position. Let's switch the feet. Oh, I'm gonna extend. My right leg was on top, so I'm gonna put my left leg on top. I'm gonna take a minute and just wiggle it out because we've been here just a minute. If you're just sitting in a chair, if you did start the practice in a chair, that's fine. You don't have to switch anything out, obviously. I'm doing it wrong, but here we go. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Let's go to the left. Oh, this one is always a little harder for me. That right hip is tight. Allow your body to feel it though. It may feel different on one side than the other. It probably will feel different on one side than the other. And then close your eyes if you can. Come back to the breath. We'll do a couple more rounds. Top of your inhale, take an exhale and sit forward, upright. The spine is nice and tall. Take a minute. Find your center here, bringing the hands back down to your lap where they're comfortable. Take another nice cleansing deep breath in, very relaxing, slow and easy, mostly natural. You don't have to force it. If you would want to do your Ujjayi breath, that's fine. Whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to do a couple forward folds. I'm going to make sure there were some. I know what I wanted to do while we were here. You can, however your legs are positioned now, they're fine. If you want to switch back to what's more comfortable, that's okay too. We're actually going to do some eagle arms because it's really great for stretching through your shoulders. And it's an excellent stress reliever as well. So bring the arms out to your side, just into a T, very simply. We're just going to bend the arms and bring them together. Just if you're familiar with eagle arms, go ahead and get into it. You don't have to wait for me. I'm going to take my right hand, my right arm, and I'm going to dip it below my left. So my elbows are kind of aligned. And then I'm going to bring this right hand up to the left. So I'm in eagle arms. Lift your elbows just a little. If you can, I can't quite clasp my fingers. Well, okay, so I can. But you can bring your palms together. Lift the elbows up just a little. If you can get your, they're not your forearms, your biceps, your triceps, your upper arms parallel with the floor. That's great. If you can't, you can bring them down. A lot of people have really tight shoulders. Your back is really tight. It's okay. Wherever you are, that's where you are. Allow yourself to be there. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to hold it for a minute. Really feel that stretch through your shoulder blades. I'm getting a little heat going. I don't know about y'all. And then relax the arms down. Oh, drop them back down to your lap. Roll one shoulder back and then the other. Bring them up to your ears if you want. Drop them down. Just work your shoulders out for a minute. Bring some oxygen back in. And then we're going to do the other side. We're going to start the same way just because I like to do that. We're going to bring them together. This time, my left arm is going to come down below my right. So my elbows are together. You see, I do have a harder time clasping on this side. So again, whatever you did on the other side, do on this side. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit so you guys can see just from a different angle. I don't know if that helps any or not, but I have a nice gentle stretch through my back. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. Through the nose, feel it in your throat. You're breathing through your nose, but you feel it kind of dragging your breath across your throat. Don't let this pose beat you. You've got it. And the next time you exhale, go ahead and release. Release them slowly. Do whatever you need to do to shake out the arms. Oh, so good. And then let's come to hands and knees. Oh, I better check my time because this time goes so fast. We're going to come to cat-cow, which is another great stress reliever. We're going to inhale. Check your, the hands are, so we're on all fours. Hands are under shoulders. There we go. Hands are under shoulders, knees under hips. Your spine is just straight. It's a neutral spine, not straight, but it's a neutral spine. The neck is extended. Rest here in table for just a moment. This can be quite an active pose. When you get ready to inhale, you're going to lift the tailbone high. Take the focus up in front of you. Pull the shoulder blades away from the shoulders away from the ears. Drop the belly. And then exhale. Drop the head, drop the shoulders, drop the tailbone, lift the belly up to the sky. And then inhale, bring the head up. Tailbone comes up. Shoulders pulled away from the ears, belly button drops. Exhale, y'all know this one. Push the belly button up, drop the tailbone, drop the shoulders, drop the head. Do a couple of these on your own time. Follow your breath. Feel how your Ujjayi breath feels here. Breathing in and out through the nose. Bringing fresh oxygen, blood into your spine. Really stretch through. Use the entire breath. Don't let the movement stop. And then we're just going to exhale, push the sitting bones back to the heels. We're going to come into child's pose. Rest here for a moment. If you have your variation that you enjoy, take your variation. I am not bringing my head to the mat because I want you to be able to hear me. I want to talk to you for a moment. So the sitting bones are reaching towards the heels. The knees can be about hip width apart, distance apart, or they can be wider. They can certainly be wider if that's more comfortable. Your arms can be extended overhead in a very active stretch, elbows off the floor, really stretching through your shoulders, or you can drop the elbows and just rest into the pose. We will all eventually come to that place. If you are extended here, go ahead and drop the elbows. And then if you can, bring the hands down towards the head. beginning to reach, maybe reaching your hairline down towards the mat if you can. If that's uncomfortable, bring your hands underneath your head to support. Rest here for a moment. Now we're coming into probably the hardest pose we'll do today. Bring your hands down by your knees and then rounding the back and lifting the hips. We're going to bring the crown of the head. We're coming into rabbit. Bring the crown of the head down to the mat. So the hips have lifted. Your hands are wherever they're comfortable. There's really no, wherever you want to put them is fine. Just make sure that the neck doesn't have any undue stress or strain on it. Go ahead and release back to child's pose. And again, if you want to extend the arms overhead or bring them down by your side, you certainly can. And then let's come on up to a thunderbolt or hero pose. I don't know if you guys can even see me now. I'm out of frame. Take a moment, sit back on your heels. Come back to your tabletop, tuck the toes under. We're going to do one down dog. Nice, gentle down dog for just a moment. Adjust your hands if you need to. We're going to lift the knees, lift the hips, stretching up through the back, stretching through the backs of the legs. Find where it's comfortable for you. Focus your weight between your thumb and your forefinger. Drop the head, release, look down towards your feet or your legs. Reach the shoulder blades apart. Reach the shoulders away from the ears. Raise those sitting bones up high. Reach those heels to the floor. And let's roll over into a plank. Drop your knees. Push it back to child's pose. Come on back up to hands and knees. Let's come back to our seated position. Now, if you started your practice in a chair, you can come back to the chair. You can come down to the mat. We are going to do a couple of forward folds that might be more effective for you on the floor. So let's go on and bring the bottoms of the feet together, coming into a bound angle. Feet are wherever they're comfortable. Knees are working towards being open. Dropping the knees open. The spine is tall, crown of the head up to the sky. Rest here for a moment, finding that grounded, centered kind of feeling. If you want to close your eyes and come back to that Ujjayi breath. Excuse me. This is a great spot for getting yourself centered, grounded, out of your head, into your breath. And then if you're comfortable with it, if your body does allow, then lean forward. The movement is from the hips initially, so you have a nice flat back. I'm actually starting to fold already. Go ahead and round your back and release the head. Only coming to your edge where it's comfortable, not going beyond the edge where it hurts or where you can't hold it for a minute. We are going to be here for a minute. As you inhale, if you find yourself lifting out of the pose a little, that's fine. Exhale, fold forward. See if you can go a little deeper. Come back to that Ujjayi breath. Drag the breath across your throat. Breathing through your nose. We're going to inhale and lead with the crown of the head, coming back up if you can in a straight back. Let's go into our wide-legged. We'll do a twist, and then I think we're going to have to come down to the floor. I think we're almost done, aren't we? Y'all don't be too excited. This is not an easy practice necessarily, but a great relaxing one. So from here, same kind of thing you did in your bound angle, bend forward from the waist, and then release yourself down. Allow your back to round, allow your head to fall. Oh, so good. It should feel amazing. If it doesn't feel amazing, make your adjustments. If you've gone too far, come out of it. If it's ever uncomfortable, just come out of it and sit in a comfortable upright position. From here, we're going to walk our hands to the right, stretching through the left side of the body a little. If you want to take the left hand towards the outer shin or the outer ankle, just having a gentle side stretch here. My right hand is behind me just for support. And then let's walk it back in towards the center. We're going to come to the left. So same thing you did on the other side. Your focus is down towards your knee. If you want to bring that right hand on the outside of the left shin or towards the left ankle, the left hand is wherever it's comfortable. Remember your breath. Coming back to center. See if you can dip a little lower just for a moment. And then we're going to inhale again, starting with the crown of the head, slowly lifting the head, slowly walking the hands in, bringing a flat back, upright. And then let's bring the knees together. So the legs are extended. I'm going to cross my right foot over my left knee. I'm going to bring my left leg, my left heel towards my right glute. So my right foot is outside my left knee, and we're going to twist. So from here, I'm going to take my right arm up overhead in a nice, long, tall inhale, and then bring it down behind me, sort of as a kickstand. My left elbow right now is hooked around my thigh. If that's comfortable for you, come to that place. If not, just grab and drop your hand where it's comfortable, where it works for you. I have a good stretch today. It's afternoon. I've been very active today. I went for a walk. So I have a little more flexibility today than normal. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel the crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale, go a little deeper, and then release. Let's take a quick counter twist to the left, just looking over your left shoulder, twisting to the left gently, and then release the legs out in front. We'll start again at the other side. Left foot comes outside of the right knee. I'm going to bend my right knee and walk my right foot towards my left glute. It's a lot of left and right. I'm going to take my left hand up overhead and a nice deep breath. Bring it down behind me as kind of a kickstand, just to keep me upright. I check my own form, y'all. Oh, this is so good. I love the twists. Twists are great for your immune system, y'all. It's great for stress relief and everything. Wonderful flexibility and balance. It's so good. It's good for your digestive system. Take a nice deep breath in. Sit up tall. Reach the crown of the head to the sky. Exhale. See if you can go a little deeper. And then release. Come back the other way. Gentle twist to the right. And release. Let's come on back down to the, oh my goodness, I had another breath for you guys to try, but we'll do that one tomorrow. Come back down to your back. We're going into our Shavasana. So we're laying flat on the mat. Drop the toes open towards the outer edges of the mat. Release the legs. Find that alignment so your lower back can release. If you want a blanket under your head or maybe under your knees for comfort, release the shoulders down to the mat. The arms are down by your side, palms up. Bring the breath way down deep into the bottom of the belly, really feel like you're filling the whole body with air. And as you exhale, do it forcefully through the mouth and release any tension you might be holding there. Let's do that on a count together. So we're going to breathe in for 5 and then just release all of the air very forcefully out of your mouth. So breathe in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release all the tension. Let it just flow out through the fingertips, through the crown of the head, through your feet. All the tension, release, relax. Let it go. Take yourself to a peaceful place in your mind. Releasing yourself from any responsibility in this moment. Take a couple long, slow, deep, easy breaths, not forceful, just easy. Relax the knees, the toes, the fingers, the teeth, and the tongue. Every exhale, feel yourself melt into the earth just a little more. I don't have a whole lot of time to take you through a full Shavasana. So if you want to stay in corpse pose, that's fine. I'm going to roll to the right side, supporting the head with my arm. Knees are bent to help with balance. And then bringing my left hand down to the mat, I'm going to push up into comfortable seated position. If you can, with your eyes closed. Maintaining that quiet sense of peace you might have found. You know this comfortable seated position, it's where you started your practice. Take one more big deep breath in, way down deep into the belly. If that Ujjayi breath is comfortable for you, do a big one now. Exhale. The shoulders release. Check in with the body. Does it feel different than when you started? Find gratitude for yourself. Coming to your mat for just a half hour, just to reset and do something healthy, emotionally and mentally and physically, something gentle for your body. Practice gratitude. Appreciate the peace you've found. Continue to cultivate that. I'm so thankful that you're here today. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Namaste. Thanks everybody for coming to this space today, sharing this moment with me. I am really enjoying doing these sessions online. It's really different, but I'm super pleased to be able to do it. So here I am on my knees, kind of doing my shimmy forward. I do want to say that, thanks Christina, I'm glad you were here. Hope you guys are well. Just really quick, as a yoga instructor, obviously I don't have a class right now, so if you're feeling generous and you have the means, I certainly appreciate any contribution that you can make. I'll post my PayPal and my Venmo in the comments. Classes are free, of course, so I do hope that if you can, and you're comfortable with it, I hope that you'll contribute. I appreciate any help you can offer. I'm gonna sign off on one.